Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the weirdness of the start of the 2025-2026 NBA season. Whether that's the 10 40-point games, the Aaron Gordon 50-piece looking like Steph Curry last night, Shea had 55, a lot of 40 pieces though. But we're going to be talking about the weird gambling scandals that are going on in the NBA right now. There's 3 people arrested early Thursday morning. Terry Rozier, current NBA player; Chauncey Billups, former NBA player and Hall of Famer; and then lastly, Damon Jones, who's a former NBA player and assistant coach. So what they were doing is all something that ties in with gambling. Some of them was directly to do with NBA games, and some of them was like illegal pokering. Kind of like Chauncey Billups was arrested for something somewhat similar to Gilbert Arenas, what Gilbert Arenas did this past summer, but his was a lot more extreme. First, I'm going to talk about Terry Rozier. What Terry Rozier did was pretty bad if it's real. So the Charlotte Hornets had a game, and in that game, Terry Rozier didn't really look like he got injured in the actual game, when you can see, but when he goes to the bench after about 5 minutes of real time, he starts holding on to his ankle, but it didn't really look like he had tweaked it, rolled it, anything like that. And there just happened to be $200,000 on his unders in that same game. And apparently he was letting people close to him know, like, hey, I'm gonna go out early in the game, so put my unders. And then there happened to be $200,000. And after that cashed out, all the money was delivered to his home. So that's kind of weird. Like, I could see where the suspicion comes from. I did watch a YouTube video by a guy named Brian Suderer. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'll put his channel up on the screen. He is a doctor, and he did say that a player could actually have foot soreness and not visibly tweak it or roll it. They're very active, and it could have just happened. But he said that if there was not $200,000 on him, he wouldn't think anything of it, but the money does add suspicion. So do I think Terry Rozier is guilty? Yes. Do I think there's a chance that he genuinely isn't doing anything weird? Kind of. But I do think that the $200,000 is a very large amount to just randomly be on you for that game. Next, I'm going to talk about Chauncey Billups. So Chauncey Billups, what he did was very extreme. And here, I'll put a clip of the FBI talking about the arrest quick.
The named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity. Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor, as alleged and as you just heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. This alleged scheme wreaked havoc across the nation, exploiting the notoriety of some and the wallets of many to fund the Italian crime families here in New York.
Here's a video of the technology Chauncey Billups and the mafia were using. So yeah, this is all the stuff that Chauncey was doing. It's actually insane. He was literally linked with the mafia of 4 different states. I forget the mafia's names, but it's Chauncey Billups, you don't need more money. But I don't know, the mafia is the craziest part. So all the stuff they were doing was, there's this poker ring, and they had rigged shufflers, so they kind of knew where the cards were going to be. They had tiny earpieces, and there was somebody named the quote-unquote quarterback, and he would walk around and he would see people's cards and know which ones are next. And in the tiny earpieces they were wearing, he would tell the player of the poker game what they have right now, what they have next. I don't really play poker ever, so I don't know how it works. But if you know, I watched Nick Wright talk about it, and he said if you would pocket queens and your opponent had pocket aces, you could raise and he could do something, whatever it means. they would win every time because he knew what they had. He knew what was next. So he kind of knew what to do from there. And they wanted Chauncey Billups to be like the face of the operation. So they wanted to use his name like, hey, you can come into our poker ring and play against Chauncey Billups, NBA Hall of Famer. And that's probably very appealing to people. Like, hey, I want to do that. I'd love to go do that. And they ended up just stealing millions of dollars. And the craziest thing I've seen about this, if this is real, this is insane. Apparently the mafia that Chauncey Billups was working for said they were going to kill Jonte Porter for his gambling debts. Like, what? They said they were going to eliminate him if he didn't pay for his gambling debts. So that's why he was doing all that illegal gambling. It's crazy. And I don't know. I think Chauncey Billups is guilty, but I heard some people saying, what if he's just a face and like he had no idea what they were doing? I find that very hard to believe because like the earpieces, the technology, the glasses they were wearing that you could see with Curtis Witch, I don't know. It's all very suspicious. It's all kind of crazy too because I'm a Timberwolves fan. I was watching the Portland Trailblazers play the Timberwolves and we came up on top just barely. Portland's looking like a good team this year. Chauncey Billups is their coach and he gets arrested at around 5 a.m. West Coast time. And like he had it like this entire time. I did hear that he's not in the operation anymore. He actually might have quit when he became an NBA coach. But that's crazy. He goes from working with the mafia to or just working as a coach like nothing even happened. He just got a massive extension too. And another thing, if this is real, unless Chauncey Billups had crazy gambling debts, why would he need more money? You're a Hall of Famer. You're set for life. Same with Terry Rozier. He just signed a $96 million contract. You don't need more money. I don't understand it. I don't know. Some of these people might, like, they get that first check, second check, and they're like, this is crazy money, I need more. And it kind of just goes from there, but I don't know. The Terry Rozier situation is weird that he would do that. At least Chauncey was probably making millions. Terry Rozier made, like, not as much. Drop down in the comments below who you think is going to get arrested next. And in that same comment, drop down how many wins you think your favorite team is going to get this season. Alright, hope you guys all have a great day. God bless. Peace.